Hello viewers, this is Anjita at Simply Vegetarian and I'm happy to welcome you all again with a light, fluffy and delicious melt in the mouth French dessert. A perfect summer treat for you to indulge. And recently I had posted on Facebook pictures of my trial recipe on berry jam mousse, for which some of my friends requested for a recipe. So I just couldn't hold this one to myself. Here goes my similar recipe on mango mousse with yogurt and cream. And I chose mango here because it's a perfect seasonal summer fruit in most of the Asian countries now. So here we begin. So first of all, we'll prepare a mango puree. For that, I require some mangoes, half of this lemon juice and some sugar. So let me check the mangoes first. If the mango is sweet enough, then I'll not add the sugar. So these are beautifully ripened mangoes. I'll wash, peel and cut them into pieces. These mangoes are perfect. These are neither over ripened but firm in touch, and I think I'll use only two of them, one big and one small. So let me wash them first. Peel them very thin with the help of a peeler, the way I'm doing it. So if the mango is firm enough, then it's easy to peel this way. Next, cut them into cubes and remove the seeds. So here are my mango pulps ready to make a puree. So out of the two mangoes, I got exactly 520 grams of mango pulp, out of which I'll use only 300 grams to convert into a puree. Now, for your information, I'm going to directly blend and make a puree out of those mango pulps. I'll not cook them, whereas if you are using apple or any berries, you have to cook for some time and then make a puree out of it. But mango, it's very soft and we can easily blend and make a juice or a puree out of it. And this is sweet enough. I tasted this, it's very sweet, so I don't need a sugar, so I'll not add sugar in this puree. So let me keep this aside, but I'll add lemon juice, at least 2 tablespoons, half a lemon juice. I'll directly squeeze them in. I've taken out the seeds. Now let's start blending. The puree is done. I'll keep this aside and carry on with the next step. Now our next step is to prepare yogurt mousse. But before that, we need to prepare a light jelly to stabilize the mousse, because here we are using mango, but if you are using chocolate instead, then there's no need to stabilize. So here I'm using Agar, a very good plant-based substitute for gelatin. I'll let this soak up water to make it soft, and it's better if you use Agar powder. You don't need to soak in advance. But today here I'm using Agar flakes, so I need to soak them for 10 minutes minimum. And yes, gelatin is animal-based product, and this should be easily available in Indian stores or even online. And as much as possible, try to get hold of Agar powder and not the flakes or the strands. We also require 50 ml of milk here. So let this sit for 10 minutes. So by the time Agar gets softened, I'll show you the strands I'm using here. So this is the one. It comes in a packet like this. You have to open the packet. This is the strand. One comes in powder, the other in flakes, and this one is the strand. So this is how it's packed, like a gift. You have to cut them and use the required quantity. So this is how it looks, the Agar strands. And here I have prepared the flakes. You can even make a powder of these in a mixie or in a grinder. It will be very easy to use. So that was a short info about agar-agar. Back to the recipe now. Now this agar-agar has been soaking for 10 minutes and it's become quite soft now. So I'll place it upon the heat and start melting them. Now keeping the flame medium and stirring continuously, the agar-agar has to melt completely and form a liquid. Also add water if required, as it should not stick to the pan. At first it's very tricky working with agar-agar. So keep an eye and keep stirring until all dissolves. So it's almost melted. Let me show you a closer view. I don't find any lumps here. Now I'll add milk in it. Keep stirring for another few minutes and put off the heat. And now I'll transfer this to another bowl and quickly work with the cream. Now we'll start making our yogurt mousse. So for that, what we need first is a very chilled bowl. I had kept this half an hour earlier inside the freezer, and the whisk should also be kept in the freezer. It should be very cold. So you can beat with a hand whisk or with an electronic whisk, but here I'll use the electronic whisk. And if you use the hand whisk and beat with the hand this way, then it will take much longer time. Now for the yogurt mousse, first we require a very thick cream or thick whipping cream. I'll use all of this 250 ml, and just make sure that the cream should also be chilled. If the cream is kept at room temperature, then it will not beat air inside it. Instead, it can give a thin and runny consistency, and which is not suitable for a mousse. Another thing, you can also prepare a thick cream at home. All you need is full fat milk. For instance, if you boil 300 ml of milk, you can get around 100 ml of thick cream. All you need to do is boil the full cream milk and remove the cream layer in a separate bowl, and continue the process until no milk is left in the pan. So all the ingredients you require for the yogurt mousse is thick cream and 30 grams of sugar and yogurt. Yogurt I'll take around 150 grams. Start beating. Now as I beat this, the volume will slightly increase, and I'll beat for around 1 minute. And after that, I'll add the sugar. Now start beating again. So it seems the sugar is also well blended and dissolved in it. So now it's time to add the yogurt. So this is the yogurt, it's also chilled and 150 grams. Start beating again. Until well combined. Now I'll add that agar-agar and milk mixture. Preparing agar-agar is very tricky. It's still warm because as it becomes cold, this due to agar-agar, this will solidify, the liquid will solidify. So if it becomes solid, then we cannot mix with the other things, or we cannot mix with the cream. So let it be lukewarm and pour the mixture. Start beating quickly. After having blended the milk mixture, I'll scrape the sides, and now time to divide this cream. Now here I've taken 100 grams of mango puree, the puree I had prepared, and in this I'll add around 200 grams of this yogurt mousse. Just blend them together with a spatula. So now our mango mousse and the yogurt mousse are both ready to assemble. first I'll pour this mango mousse as a base in the serving glass. Now these are what I have, whether you call them a wine glass or a fancy glass, but it's perfect to present this mousse. Actually those were gifts from a friend. Thank you to Ambigadi. This total quantity of ingredients yields more than 2 to 3 servings. In fact, it depends upon the size of the serving glass you are using. Now I'll cover these two and set them in the freezer for at least half an hour. This mango mousse is out of the fridge, all set and ready for the second layer of yogurt mousse. Okay, I think we can add the mango puree upon this. So in goes the final layer. I prefer to fill it to the brim, or you can place a thin layer if you choose to. Again, for the last time, I'll let this sit in the fridge covered for 20 to 30 minutes, or you can even serve at this point if you do not want a chilled mousse. Now these cool mousse need some final touch. Let me remove the cover. Few remaining mango pulps on top if you have. Now one more final touch, the mint leaves. I'll pluck some fresh mint leaves from my pot in the balcony. It's a small area with few plants. So here are my mint leaves. The plant had almost died. Had to remove the shoots above, but thankfully I got a remedy from a Facebook gardening page, and now it's just started sprouting again. And it's not as dense as before, but it's coming. Only the tips. 1 and 2. I just gave a wash over the tap water. So now here goes the decoration. Wow, it looks cool, pretty and very tempting. Just see how cool it is. The mango color below its pastel, and the yogurt mousse, the mango mousse, the yogurt mousse and the mango puree. Wow, a perfect summer treat for you and for myself. So let's enjoy. You will definitely love this. It's very soft, light and fluffy. So enjoy yourself. A perfect summer deal for you and your family, and I'm pretty sure if you like mangoes, then you'll definitely fall in love with this decadent, less sweet, light and fluffy mousse. So spoil yourself and your loved ones this summer, and if you liked this video, then please give a thumbs up and subscribe. See you soon in my next recipe. Till then, enjoy.